Mic check 1, 2. Green 18!
Welcome to Collegian Cooldown. I'm here with Nolan.
Get out of the seat.
Sometimes he's not all there.
Me?
I'm the sports editor.
Go Steelers.
3 hours later.
3 hours later.
I don't know if this is a great idea.
Nope, you said you could do it.
Gotta do it.
Chase, if you don't leave my cartwheel in, I'm going to be really upset.
This is the shenanigans that we have to deal with on the last podcast of the semester.
Are we serious?
Not
60-yard
anymore.
play just
What are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, how is that a long way down there?
You know,
Alrighty.
What an interesting way to start this.
Here
last
we go.
podcast.
I mean, 5:30. Got out of class early. But we're here. The more important thing is that we're here.
Last week of the semester.
Last
we're here.
week of
We're
the
still
semester. The dog days of the semester. Ha 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 ha.
Oh.
Dead days here in a couple of days. Then we got finals week. A lot of fun. Some people are graduating,
Some people are about to graduate.
including our
One
very
more.
own,
One more semester.
including our very own Chase,
Chase,
who
appreciate you.
I'm owed something. We had a gentleman's bet over the weekend between the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears.
Oh.
So hopefully he'll sign this bad boy, and that'll end up in the pod.
My name is Chase Gauthier, multimedia editor at the Collegian, and I lost a bet with Finley Pintergast, the sports editor, and I have to say one thing. The Bears suck.
I can only imagine what it's gonna say.
It's very calm. Just
PG?
facts.
PG?
PG.
Okay.
Put that up anywhere.
Is it something to do with Jordan Love?
No, just it could.
Yeah.
But the important thing is it has the Chase G Mob
Mob.
signature of
Mob.
approval. Chase G Mob signature
Chase G. Mob.
approval.
There you go.
He
All
approved
right.
that message. So,
That's all that matters.
what do we have going for us here at Fresno State? Well, the dogs are bowling.
They certainly are.
They are bowling.
One last game, kind of an interesting bowl game. The Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Double G Arizona Bowl.
Yeah, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop. Bet you didn't know that one.
I didn't know Dre got in there. I didn't know that. Okay.
There it is. Breaking news, guys.
Bowl season. The Bulldogs. Okay. Who will they be playing? The Hurricanes?
No.
The Hurricanes of Miami?
No, the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. I was very disappointed when we were given that team. Mainly because the pre-article that I had written did not have them as one of the teams, and I was just kind of hoping because I wouldn't know how to attribute them. Because what do you mean Miami of Ohio?
Yeah.
But anyways, they'll be.
You were sitting curveball. It went fastball right at the dome.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I was. From what I'd heard around the rumor mill, it was going to be either Ohio, not Ohio State, obviously, or Toledo. But we got the third Ohio team, Miami of Ohio. There's a lot of Ohio teams now that I think about it. We got Toledo,
The Zips.
Akron, Miami of Ohio, Ohio State, Ohio,
The Ohio University.
the
Okay.
University of Michigan.
So many schools over there, but it has been picked that Miami of Ohio will be taking on those Bulldogs. We got 2 years straight of some action.
Good old Maction, baby. I'm just sad this game's not on a Tuesday. That would really
Yeah.
make the MAC team feel real. But no, it'll be Saturday, December 27th, 2 days after the Christmas holiday. Keep that last little push of jolly through the weekend. Cheer on those Bulldogs. See how they can finish the season, maybe with 9 wins.
Maybe, end it on a high note. Get a little get some winning going. But who's gonna? The big question: who is going to play? Last year, with all the movement, there was a lot of movement. This year, who's gonna play?
Well, I think you're going to see Conklin.
Mm.
I think Conklin's going to get his shot again. I don't know if, I mean, like if he's trying to make a last ditch effort to get in the NFL, maybe Jay Warner gets out there. But I think those dreams are gone. And Kurt Warner is, all of his NFL records are safe from his kid. We'll save that one. But
Yeah. You're thinking Conklin's getting the nod.
yeah, I think so. I mean, it just makes sense. You see what you have in him, and then, hopefully we don't have too many transfers out like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the team has some semblance of what they had throughout the 12 games in the regular season, and then you have the defensive side of the ball where you got a lot of seniors out there, but maybe they say put them on one more time.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose. Might as well go out there, win a bowl game, even if college football is doing away with important bowl games and the whole mindset there of playoff
Yeah.
bowl game season doesn't matter anymore. Go out there and win a game.
Well, it doesn't matter to Notre Dame anymore.
We'll touch. We'll get into that as we look into the playoff bracket. But the Bulldogs, you get one more opportunity to see them this year. Gives the coordinators some more opportunities
And
another look.
In a warmer environment this year, not going to icicle Boise. They're going to good old warm Tucson. First time Bulldogs will be in the Arizona Bowl in their history. First time they'll play Redhawks in their history. So a little bit of history making. If there's, no other good football games on Saturday. I hear the Pop-Tarts Bowl is on that Saturday though. So I think
that Pop-Tart shower that goes pretty hard.
That toaster sacrifice. Were you a Pop-Tarts kid?
I was they were good, but did not get them a lot. Did not get them often.
So did you toast them, or were they more just like a fresh out the box, eat them raw?
I would toast them.
Yeah?
When I eat them,
You
I
were
toast
a toaster?
them. I'm a toaster.
I'm a raw guy. I like
Straight
cold.
out of the silver.
Yeah.
Straight out of the
straight out of
packaging.
that tin
The
tin
crinkling.
packaging. Yeah.
Interesting. You learn a lot.
Didn't have the patience for putting them in the toaster.
Waiting. Well, then you got it. You take one bite and you're.
Exactly. You're hashashing.
Yeah, that's.
I think
always.
the goal for the Bulldogs is to get to the Pop-Tarts Bowl. One year.
That would
Get
be
there
a good
1
goal.
year.
You can't make a title game. A solid plan B is the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
That or the Mayo Bowl.
But-
Donkey and Mayo. It's a fun one.
But the Bulldogs settle for the Arizona Bowl. Snoop D-O double G will be
An old
be there?
classic. I hope so. He
would
better be.
think.
It's the Bulldogs.
You would
Snoop
think.
Dogs, Bulldogs.
a whole lot of dogs.
Would make sense for him to be there.
We'll see. Does Snoop Dogg show up? Do the seniors show up? What's the game plan going to look like? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of run. We'll see.
We'll see.
So much movement last year going into the bowl game. This year you have some more certified players that are going to be staying and coaches staying. So does this game matter a lot? That is up to how the coaches and players feel.
I think you'll see how much this team's bought in to the coaching staff by how many people play. Not just, obviously you want, your main playmakers that aren't seniors to play because you want them to come back and, be meaningful contributors. But, if the seniors come out and play one more game, they're bought in. And that says a lot about a program and a team and a head coach.
I think you would expect number 22 to come out there
Yeah, I think
playing
so.
playing deep third, playing a deep half. Final game as a Bulldog.
Get one last interception. I think it's possible.
Cameron Braca, the Valley kid, Buchanan, Fresno State.
Speaking of Valley Kid,
Mm.
National Signing Day last Wednesday. 8 Central Valley kids signed out of a total class on early national signing day of 20 for Matt Entz, including Clovis's own Deegan Rose. And I think that's the big one. That's the big splash for the Bulldogs. You know, the old Oregon State commit decommitted after Fresno State beat them. Committed about a week later, I think.
Derek Carr had a little bit of a say in that one.
You know,
Had a conversation with him.
whatever works, but you know, I mean, maybe we see a freshman quarterback lead the Bulldogs into the Pac-12.
And maybe we'll see Coach Carr in the future. He's certainly said he's been interested, but how much time after retirement is that going to happen?
And how much time are you willing to give Entz? I mean, you can't just move on from him now. He's just starting to build his program.
I'm not saying I wasn't throwing a dart at the head coaching gig. I'm just saying get on to the squad
quarterback,
any ways
offensive
there is.
assistant.
I was thinking a foot in the door, not going to.
Okay,
going for that.
Look. I mean, Derek Carr's got that name. He's probably got that influence. He could probably do a lot of sweet talk and be like, "Hey, just give me the head coaching job."
I would think working with QBs, going into the offense, and then
That's fair.
maybe down
That's
the line.
fair.
But right now, I mean, he's so fresh off of retirement, but he is certainly interested, and the Red Wave would certainly be interested in
Who
seeing
knows?
Derek Carr.
He may
around.
be an Indianapolis Colt by the end of the week.
Who knows? Phillip
knows?
Rivers might be back.
44-year-old.
He could probably bring one of his kids
10 more
with
kids.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Him and
to the practice squad.
whole offense on that family. Anyways, we got a bracket to talk
How
about.
about the bracket? Talked about that on Fresno State Focus.
We
Let's go in depth to this more.
talked about the conference championships last week. I believe I beat you.
You did because we had
because
one difference.
Boise State beat UNLV.
Yes, they did.
All I'm gonna say is Maddox Madsen coming back was a ballsy choice, but I don't think UNLV beats him regardless. Anyways, before we get to bowls, we do still have one more college football game of the season. Army-Navy week. Fire jerseys. Best rivalry? Quote unquote.
I mean, maybe for the fan, it's not a huge football game per se,
No.
but it's huge for it's a vibes. It's a vibes
yeah.
game. Huge
100%.
vibes game.
Yeah. It'll be in Baltimore. Navy 9-2 on the year, looking to get to 10 wins. You know they don't classify this as a conference game for them?
Interesting.
Yeah. So I guess because it happens after conference championship weekend, they can't classify it. But it sucks because, I mean, if Navy wins, they could have played for an American Conference title. So they'll play 6-5 Army on Saturday. Going back to last week, yeah, Indiana got the big win, 13-10.
They did. We did not see that. We did not see Ryan Day,
Fernando Mania.
Fernando Mendoza.
And Ohio State's kicking woes continue.
Mendoza just slipped right into the head Heisman winner.
Yeah, I really do think that whoever won that game was going to win the Heisman. Finalists did get announced today, along with those two quarterbacks, Jeremiah Love, running back for the Irish, and Diego Pavia, quarterback for the Commodores,
Vandy.
getting the nod.
And if I may say so myself, the Irish saying no to the bowl game. Jeremiah Love, why don't you just protest the Heisman as well? Say, no, give someone else a shot. Because I think that is just, as a USC fan, I'm definitely going to say this, but as a football fan, saying no to a bowl game, a little weak.
That, Notre Dame, Kansas State, and Iowa State.
What
What are you doing?
Play football.
Exactly.
Play some ball.
Georgia dismantles Alabama, finally beating them not in a national title. So now that Nick Saban's not there, maybe that
Kirby.
the kryptonite's gone. Kirby's kryptonite.
Kirby Mania.
Texas Tech dismantles BYU. I think BYU was a bigger loser than Notre Dame when it came to the playoff. I think they have 2 losses, but two losses came to one team, won in a conference title.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama had a pretty much the same performance, pretty bad one, didn't fall. BYU falls. So kind of a interesting decision there by the committee.
SEC is going to get the nod every time, though.
Yeah. And then just the absolute chaos in the ACC. I don't know if you were able to watch that game because you were out in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of
But
nowhere.
this game on Saturday, I mean, Duke led, I'm pretty sure, most of the game. And Virginia gets the ball at their own 4-yard line with less than 2 minutes to go. March down the field, score. I'm watching the game. I'm thinking they should go for 2. Go for the win. Go for the ACC title. Like, don't play for overtime.
Yeah.
Kick the extra point. They go into overtime. Duke, on 3 plays, gets down to the goal line, and Virginia stuffs them 3 times.
Ooh.
Duke goes forward on 4th down. They convert, and they kick. Oh, it was on the touchdown pass. They roughed the passer.
Move them up.
So they enforced the penalty on the overtime try. So Virginia had to start from the 40.
Ooh.
Duke kicks the extra point. First play for the Cavaliers is an interception, and the Duke Blue Devils at 5 losses take home the ACC title and cause
And ruins all that for the playoffs.
just the chaos scenario that allowed the
Green wave.
James Madison Dukes to get in. Tulane was going to get in.
Oh, right.
Well, North Texas probably would have gotten in if they won. But Tulane in, regardless, with them beating Green Wave. And then, obviously, the Broncos beating the Rebels. So
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that one. I was wrong. All right, whatever.
So we get the bracket on Sunday. And, top 4, Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, Texas Tech.
Makes sense.
Nothing crazy. Oregon, Ole Miss, A&M, Oklahoma. It was pretty set that those were going to be the 8 teams. And then you get to the 9 selection, and Alabama pops up. And everyone pauses on the selection show, and they're like, "Oh,
Wow.
Alabama didn't move."
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of debate about if the conference championship makes, should you be punished for playing in a conference championship? And I don't think you should. But Alabama had -3 rushing yards. At some point, you gotta dock the performance without knocking them playing in the game. And I think that's the difference there that they should have had. Alabama has to go into Norman, play a team they already played this year, who they lost to. So that'll be an interesting game. And then the winner of that game gets to go to the Rose Bowl and play the Hoosiers.
Tough. John Mateer can do it, though. He can at least get there.
We'll see. That Oklahoma defense might give them a shot at a semi-run. And then you get the 10 spot, and it's either going to be Notre Dame or Miami.
And it was not Notre Dame.
And it was definitely not the Irish. And I understand the decision. As
About time.
The USC fan goes
About
crazy.
time.
You have the head-to-head from week 1. Are the teams from week 1, if they played now, who would win that game?
It's all hypothetical.
Exactly. Well, I
It's all
mean,
hypothetical.
that's what the SEC's great at, but this is Notre Dame we're talking about. Now I want you to put your USC bias away, all right?
It's going to be tough. We're talking about Notre Dame.
We're talking football. We're talking ball.
Hmm.
Got to come at this as a neutral fan.
Let's pull up the statistics. Let's make sure I get this right.
Insert Jeopardy music.
We're ready.
All right,
Here.
here we go. That's what it's all about.
You know,
We have a decision. And what did you look at? What went into your decision there?
I'm
To
looking
throw-
at the
to
score.
throw up the U.
I'm looking at the score.
Yeah.
Hurricanes won.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple fact. And also at that time early in the season, Carson Beck was also. I mean, that guy was
He was on fire.
a very good player at that point.
He was very good.
Maybe overhyped, but Miami was on a.
It's Carson Beck. What do you
Miami was
expect?
playing some ball.
That they were. But does Notre Dame have an argument? Do they have an argument to say, look, over the last 10 games, we were the better team than Miami. We have the 2 better losses than Miami.
But I feel like this was a very good scenario having that head-to-head matchup. Well, they beat them. So
Yeah.
we can't look at conference record because you don't have one. You don't play for anyone.
That's true. That's true.
You're not playing for a title, which don't matter. You're not in a conference. You can't keep getting away with this. You're not in a conference. You're not in a conference.
USC fan spoken.
That one near the end of it, that was the Trojan. That was the Trojan horse coming out. That was. I'll throw up the peace sign. That was. Yeah. That was that November game coming out of me right there.
Honestly, I mean, if we're talking about hypotheticals, I think they should have let Texas in.
Okay. You want the arch mania?
I mean, they beat A&M. They lost to Ohio State. What, are we punishing We're punishing teams playing good teams in the non-conference right now?
Texas was just that.
Last 4 games, Arch Manning is that guy.
Last 4 games. That's great. That's great for him. That's
All
really
it takes-
great for him.
All it takes is just to get hot.
Well, too bad you won't be able to see that.
Too bad. I have to watch the Sooners play. First game on the 19th, Friday, 5 p.m. in Norman against the Crimson Tide.
Mm-hmm. John Mateer, season. Here we go.
Oklahoma, favored by 1.5. Alabama's got the favor on the money line. It's tight.
Oh, we don't talk money line.
I'm just throwing it out.
What
there.
are we?
No. I mean,
What are we?
I'm just giving you the rundown. No gambling here. I'm just giving you the rundown.
Yeah, just throwing out numbers there.
We will have
Gonna
to talk
have a
about
FanDuel code here in a couple of minutes.
Talk
Come
about-
back from the break.
some serious spreads coming up in these other first round matchups.
All I know, just talked about this on Focus, is that Indiana and Ohio State are 1 and 2 for a reason. I can see Ohio State going back to back. I can see Indiana making a run. Everyone else, are they for real? Oregon can be for real.
Oregon probably has a great shot at getting into the semis.
And just stay with me now. Stay with me now. I've
staying.
been riding Georgia, but the story of college football would be with the Rebels. You look at now. I know they just lost Lane Kiffin, who
Horrible exit.
You look at the path. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, they're not getting by the Dogs.
I'll leave it at that. Just imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tulane beat them as 17.5-point underdogs.
Imagine. The Rebels overcome the Green Wave.
Get a load of this guy.
They win you just got to stack some wins together, and I'm sure this team is fired up. Kiffin's gone. You don't believe in us? Goodbye.
What was the bet we made last week about me being shirtless at the staff meeting? Do you remember that?
That was for Arkansas. That was for basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
I will do it again if Ole Miss makes it to the semis.
Come on. A Kiffinless Rebel team. Do it.
They're just not getting past Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs.
I got nothing to lose, so I'll ride with them.
That you do. I really think Georgia has the easiest path because they're going to face a head coachless team. I mean, I know Pete Golding was named the head coach, but like the Rebels are coachless at this point.
I mean, it's got to be nerve-wracking going into playoff season just as a coordinator and then having to step up and deal with everything that's going on. So many
Exactly.
questions, so many moving pieces.
Yep. And then they'll play, Ohio State and the winner of A&M Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, Ohio State's not coming out of that game unscathed if they win. And if they don't win, then I think Georgia has an insane advantage over A&M and Miami. And then, national title, Georgia's been there. They're seasoned. They know how to win. I think they have a great shot at it.
You don't have to be 1 and 2 sometimes. In this format, I mean,
Could have been the 8th seed like last year.
they weren't an 8 seed though, but yeah.
No, they were probably a 4
But because of
because of the whole playoff
whole
format.
thing that happened.
Yep.
And just you talk about Lane Kiffin. Just a stupid situation that college football
what
has allowed to
happens.
happen.
But you have 2 other coaches in the playoff that get to coach their teams in John Summerall and Bob Chesney. So what's the difference for Lane Kiffin? Is it because he's going to a conference rival? I don't know. All I know is
How-
LSU goes to Mississippi next year, late in the season.
How
That's gonna be a good game.
important was recruiting in this whole thing? Because you always hear LSU is the place for recruiting. But after everything that happened this past 2 years, is it still the same?
I mean, I think it's the brand. LSU's still going to be a good brand. I think Brian Kelly hurts the image a little bit, but, I think Lane Kiffin is a guy that can repair it until the Alabama head coaching job opens up, and then he leaves LSU for Alabama. But, yeah.
So you're riding with the dog. Who are you riding with?
I think. Now this may just be the soft spot that I have for the Red Raiders, but I think they have a legitimate
Big 12
shot.
football.
I think their linebacker robbed of a Heisman finalist. I mean, look, you don't have to give it to
Jeremiah
him.
Love out of there. Don't want to play in a bowl game. You don't want to win the Heisman.
I mean, he had more forced turnovers than like half of the teams in the nation. Make it make sense.
Offensive-minded game. Quarterback-minded
bring back
reward.
suicide passes and people getting killed over the middle. Anyways,
May have to cut that. Maybe.
we disagree here with our national titles. Well, actually, you don't have a winner yet. You're just playing into this Mississippi folk tale.
I've seen the script. It would be interesting. And also just a huge... How you like that, Lane Kiffin? Because I
A
think
big ol'
at this time...
Almost.
Whoa. A big
big
ol'
F
have a
you.
nice tenure over at LSU.
Big ol' F you to Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Or as many other fan bases, well, not many, but at least the Raider fan in me, Lame Kitten.
Lame Kiffin.
Lame Kitten.
Yeah.
Hate that guy. Anyways, we'll transition to basketball here.
Some hoops.
Some hoops.
Some
Bulldogs.
struggling teams.
2 teams that cannot buy a basket these last 2 games.
Especially if it's from beyond the arc.
Yeah, Bulldogs went to Little Rock, play John Calipari and the Razorbacks, the Hogs, the Pigs, Woo Pig. And they walked out of there with a big loss. Lost by 24.
Down by 10 at halftime.
24 shot attempts by Zion Collins and Jake Heidbreeder in that game.
They didn't make a lot of them.
How many do you think they made? Do you know the number?
Wasn't it 3?
Yeah, it was 3. One for 10 from Heidbreeder, 2 for 14 from Zion Collins. They out-rebounded him.
Wow.
They out-rebounded the Hogs.
Wow. But
But-
they turned the ball over
Yeah.
a good
Let's
amount.
see. Turnovers. They had 17 turnovers. Arkansas had 8.
Mm-hmm.
Shot 45%. Yeah, Bulldog shot 4 of 26 from 3.
The shooting struggles have been a thing this year, but to have Zion and Jake have that bad of a night.
You could probably
together.
get away with one of them. I mean, not against a ranked opponent,
Right.
but you get into conference play, you could probably get away with one of them having a bad night and
The other's
squeak
going to have
out.
to step up a little bit.
You can't have both of them lay an egg like that. They both went 0 for 13. They went a combined 0 for 13 from 3. You just can't have that.
No, especially because you have Wahlberg talking about how good these players are, how good of shooters they are. Heidbreeder, can do it.
Absolutely.
Been a little spotty at times. Foss, he said he can do it, and it just has not been
Haven't
relating
really seen it this year.
on the court.
Yeah.
Bulldogs on the road again, though.
On Wednesday against Northridge, and then they're off for 10 days, I believe,
And then it's conference
at
time.
UNLV. So they get a tough draw to open up their final season in the Mountain West with the Rebels, and then they come home on the 30th to play the Aggies. So again, another tough draw to start conference play.
I think that's what you want. Don't make
Oh,
it
and then-
easy.
And then, just the third game's just a casual Elijah Price homecoming with the Wolfpack coming into town.
Who knocked him out of the tournament last season?
If they beat him, maybe they have a shot
Yeah.
as the 10 seed. It'll be interesting to see how they start conference play, because, at times they've looked like a completely different team from last year.
Pepperdine.
The second half against Pepperdine, the game against New Orleans, the game against Stephen F. Austin.
And then you go to Selland Arena, and they're back.
And the game against USC Upstate. The Spartans, not the Trojans.
Spartans. The USC Upstate Spartans. Ha ha ha. This team, will
Streaky.
they win more than 2 conference games this
That's
season?
a great question. Let me pull up the conference schedule, because I'm not quite familiar with it yet.
The loss to Arkansas, it's like the football team playing Kansas. It was a given. It
Yeah.
was going to happen.
Yeah.
But a lot of these losses are close, but the problem is they're winnable games that they have
Exactly.
given
They could
away.
be. You could be, 7, 8. You could be 9-2.
Could be.
9-1, 8-2, going into your final non-conference game. But Bulldogs sit at 6-4. It's still they have 4 months to win one more game.
Yeah.
And beat
they've
their
already
win
beaten.
total from last year, which is good. But
No one's left yet. The injury, the big injury happened preseason. They're still feeling the effects of that. But
exactly.
as far as everyone else, they have a team. They have a full team. They have a full lineup that they can go to, switch players out. Some players still haven't seen the floor at all, but
yeah,
they have the ability to rotate between
Yeah.
players.
January, it's going to be a tough month.
Yeah.
Yeah. They host Elijah Price and the Wolfpack, then they go to San Jose. Tough place. Never know. Then they got to go to San Diego. Then they come home to play Colorado State, another good Mountain West
Opponent.
team. Play Wyoming, who they beat last year, but Wyoming this year is, I believe I saw ranked top 50 in net rankings.
Jeez.
So they might be on the come up. And then they got to go to New Mexico. They lost head coach last year, but still, it's New Mexico. And then Grand Canyon, new Mountain West team this year. And then they go to the Air Force. So
They had quite some battles last year for the
quite some battles
11
of all time.
for the 11 seed last year.
Yeah. And then, February is pretty much the same. UNLV, Nevada, Utah State to open up the month. Air Force, Wyoming, New Mexico, Colorado State, Boise. So, no easy games. And then San Jose State finish off with Grand Canyon in March. Then they go to the tournament. So, no givens, but,
No.
Bulldogs needed to win a little more in the non-conference to kind of oil up the machine to get them ready for conference play.
Get something going. I want to see more of that press, defense, effort, trying. Rebounding has been better, but there's still sometimes where you're sitting there and
It's
guys are just.
I'll let the guy behind
Was
me.
I supposed to get that? Get your body in there.
Speaking of rebounding, they out-rebounded Bakersfield and Arkansas and lost both games. Crazy.
Arkansas by a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Bakersfield, not a lot, but still out-rebounded.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bulldogs will look to get back on track Wednesday at Northridge.
At Northridge, and then
Toss-up game according to ESPN, but we'll
Then we're into the real basketball.
basketball
Mountain West
we're
basketball.
like 3 months away from the tournament.
I know.
Got to cue that music soon.
Bum, bum. I can hear it.
Gives
I
me
can hear
gives me
it.
chills.
I can hear Kevin Harlan. Oh my gosh. I can see Van Gundy lose, his house on that Virginia Furman. He's just sitting there. Oh my gosh. I mean, I could see all of that.
It was a filling out
Filling out the bracket.
game.
What are you doing? Oh, my fifth bracket. Let me just fill that out. Yep. 12-5. Just go straight to the 12-5s.
12-5s, yeah.
Teams like
12-5s.
Colgate, JMU. That's what we live for. Dark horse picks
Just-
like St. John's and USC for the women's bracket.
We'll probably have some friendly competition come March about
Ooh.
those brackets. Not to brag, but I did win a bracket challenge in a class last year. So coming off I was perfect through like 31 games on the women's side. So
Okay. When we went to the Mountain West tournament, we did a bracket, and boy, was I wrong.
did you have the Bulldogs winning all the way?
No.
Oh.
Vincent had the Bulldogs making a run. I remember that. I had the Bulldogs. I believe I had them losing in round one.
Yeah.
Everyone else, or every other round, I got last.
Dang.
So,
So
new year, new team.
knew you.
The women's bracket, I think, no, because it had started before, so we couldn't do one. But speaking of the women's team, also a little bit down in the dumps right now.
Yeah. Saturday came back from a 5-game, 25-day road trip that saw them go to Utah and Washington and back to California and then out to New Orleans for a tournament. And they came back and they couldn't shoot the ball. Just 27% from the field.
Ouch.
Yeah, they scored 10 points in the first quarter, 9 points in the second quarter. It was bad. It was just a throwaway game. Throw it away.
On to the next.
But
I haven't seen Coach McCarthy in so long. I haven't seen.
you haven't seen him just absolutely lose it?
No, I've been
Been
missing that. Seeing in the Save Mart Center that craziness, the mayhem. I have missed the mayhem.
Well, you can witness the mayhem next Saturday against Chicago State
There we go.
for their final home game of the non-conference.
I'm
But
ready.
yeah, just I'm gonna go over on the good old ESPN app if you could fill the air for me.
Of course. Two-time Mountain West freshman
All
of
right,
the
we're
week,
back.
Ava Marr. Let that be known.
Yeah, and yeah, outscored every quarter. Just they had chances at times to get into it, but they just couldn't. Yeah, they had one player with more than 6 points, or two players with more than 6 points, one player in double digits. Millie Long
Yeah.
shot 9 of 26,
The graduate has the green light.
23 points. I mean, yeah. Just,
You got the green light. You got the green light.
I mean, 9 of 26 is just it
That-
jumps
that's
off the page because no one
that's
else
a-
attempted more than 10 shots.
That's a James Harden stat. But if you
Yeah.
got the green light, you go.
Yeah. 23 points, 5 rebounds,
But
no
I mean,
assists.
end of the road trip. Nearing the end of a road trip. I think the Bulldogs need to get back into Save-Mart Center.
Yeah. Ava Marr, freshman of the week, finished with 20 minutes and no points.
It's the end of the road trip.
She got
okay?
some good extras. She got some good cardio out there.
It's the end of the road trip. Getting ready for conference play.
yeah.
We'll see them on Saturday.
We will. They do have another game in between. They head up to Moraga. Do you know who plays in Moraga?
I don't.
You don't know. It's the St. Mary's Gales.
Oh.
Family
Family ties.
there.
Okay. It's personal.
So, yeah.
It's a personal game.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
First, yeah. And then the Bulldogs will be at home on the 17th. Middle of finals week. You need a little reset. Go out and watch the Dogs take on the Aztecs of San Diego State. It'll be a good conference opener.
It's a good start.
Then they'll be back that next Saturday again against the Cowgirls of Wyoming. So
We knocked them out last season.
open it up twice at the Save-Mart Center. Perfect timing. Throw up the
Get the meaningful games going.
exactly.
Conference play. Get the press back.
Just gonna have to start scoring. Put the ball in the bucket.
Yeah.
Put the ball in the cup.
Apply some pressure.
Yeah. There was a 6-minute stretch in the third quarter where there was just nothing. No offense. And I think Millie had 5 layup attempts. I don't think she hit rim on any of them.
That was a problem early on, and Coach talked about that going into the season. And so you're still working on that, but there's time.
Yeah. Coach McCarthy looked less than pleased after
Distraught.
each one. I think she finally got fouled on one of them, and he just kind of mouthed, "Just go up with it." And yeah, so Bulldogs had probably their worst game of the year, we'll say. Get it out of the way in the
On the road,
non-conference.
get it out of your system. Nearing the end of a road trip,
Just
come
get
back
it
to
out.
the Save-Mart Center and get the conference play going for both teams.
Exactly.
Head back home, get a win, and then you're back.
Well, they were back. That was a home game.
Right. But get one more before conference play.
There you go. All right.
It's all we're asking. One more.
One more. By the time this podcast comes back, spring sports will be upon us.
It will
Just
be.
crazy to think about.
Will we still be talking about layups and three-point shooting? Or will we be seeing some early rankings, heading into Mountain West tournament? Hey, team's pretty good. Team's middle of the pack. Team's better than we thought.
Teams hanging around with Grand Canyon, Colorado State, Wyoming.
playing, footsies with Air Force at the bottom.
That's the goal.
We'll see. But what else is coming up in spring?
We've got some what's that? Freshly cut grass and some dirt.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You smell hot dog? Do you hear that?
Oh, I can hear that sizzle.
Do you hear hot dog? Do you hear that? I can hear a hot dog. A
Can you
chant
hear
going.
a hot dog? I can see a beer snake. Out
No.
out past the ivy at Wrigley, the Diamond Dogs announced their 2026 schedule ahead of their the last team that will compete in the Mountain West ever this year. They will be the last. It's an interesting schedule. I think they have some interesting opponents in the non-conference. They got Utah.
A couple midweek matchups too.
The Utes are coming in. They go to Stanford. They go to Arizona. They throw in the Wolfpack, and then they go back into the non-conference. So you know what? Here's a little tease.
Yeah.
Tease of some conference play.
Start getting warmed up. Have that in the back of your mind. And they're starting early. What's the first game? 13th of February?
February 13th.
Some early ball.
Didn't hurt nobody.
That's still going to be jacket. That's going to be a cold one.
That first home night game on Friday. Bring out your date for a little pre-Valentine's Day.
No better way to spend it up than Bob Bennett Stadium.
You know it. Yeah, and then, they have their final home series against the Rebels. They have a midweek last home game against Cal Poly, which I'm sure the senior day will be against the Rebels. Then they'll finish it up at San Jose State, and then they go back to the Mountain West tournament.
The back-to-back champions under head coach Overland.
Good old Ryan Overland. What do you think the Bulldogs are going to do this year? You think they're going to make it a three-peat?
I have to check the roster because they did lose some. It's always tough losing talent to the freaking MLB. That's a good problem to have.
It's a
if you're
great problem
losing
to have.
players to the MLB. But, Murph Gray was a huge part of that. Jack Anchor, huge part of that. So you're losing some guys.
Cremarosa. The Cremarosa curve.
You're losing important guys that played a huge role in this team. But Overland's done it. And we'll see who he relies on this year.
We will definitely see the Diamond Dogs make their return to Bob Bennett Stadium. Going over just across the street from Bob Bennett Stadium, softball also announced their schedule for the 2026 season.
Margie Wright Diamond. Under a new head coach.
New head coach. Almost forgot that they signed a new head coach this year. So
Charlotte Morgan.
her first season starts out with a good old kickoff classic against
Turney.
Idaho State and Southern Illinois University, I believe. I believe that is
Emeraldsville.
what I'm seeing there.
Yep, I wrote that script today.
Yeah.
Emeraldsville. Yep.
And then-
Edwardsville? Edward or Emerald? One of those. That was a college that I
Something
had to look up.
E, something
I did
E.
not.
Yeah.
I was not familiar with that one's game.
Yeah, and then they got two against the Huskies of Washington, and then they go to another tournament, the Mary Nutter Classic. Play some NCAA tournament teams in Texas Tech, UCLA. Play Cal and Cal Baptist. They'll play at the Pacific Invitational against UC San Diego and the University of the Pacific, obviously. They'll play in the Silicon Valley Classic against St. Mary's and Santa Clara. A couple other tournament teams. And then they start conference play. Got Utah State, go to Boise, UNLV. They got Bakersfield in there. They go to San Jose State, GCU, Colorado State. Interesting non-conference matchup against Stanford in the middle of just
smack dab in the middle of
just-
conference.
right in the middle of it. Just throw in Stanford. Why not? And then they got New Mexico, Nevada, and the team that knocked them out in back-to-back games on a doubleheader, San Diego State Aztecs. And then the tournament will be in Reno on May 6th through the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
That title game last year was tough for the Bulldogs. They had it. Got through the winners bracket. They shut out Nevada, shut out San Jose State, beat San Diego State. All they had
Dominant
to do
pitching.
They just had to do it one more time, and they couldn't.
No. Bats got a little cold. Pitching, I mean, Soraya Nice gave up, maybe 3 runs? That's not...
That's like a Madison Bumgarner type.
That's unheard of.
It's a Madison Bumgarner type postseason performance.
Just no breaks. Non-stop pitching.
That rotator cuff's got to be sore.
Just...
Still sore.
I don't know how that worked. I'm just checking... Oh, she pitched again. Okay. Oh,
Sure.
she pitched again.
Surely she'll have tomorrow off.
Surely, no breaks at all.
Mm.
And just slowed down a little bit. The whole team slowed down a little bit in the final game.
Just a little bit. Other sports that they'll have coming back, water polo, and then, of course, golf and equestrian. Made a couple appearances in the fall. We'll be back for the spring semester, our final semester. It's going to be
The last
crazy.
dance, some may say.
Still got to pass classes,
One
but,
final ride.
you know. You know?
It means something. It
Me-
means
it
something.
means
to us,
something.
man. One final time in the Mountain West for everyone, and then on to the Pac-12 and beyond.
Besides equestrian and water polo.
Right.
They'll stay in their conference. But
Question is, how important are the... Well, I mean, they still show WAC banners. So, I guess the question was, how important are the Mountain West banners?
I think they're important. I think it shows, especially for, teams like the Diamond Dogs. You get to put up those final 3 years in the Mountain West. You won,
That would be pretty cool.
assuming they do win this year. You can't take that away. That trophy stays with you for an extra year, and you're not even in that conference. So, that's the goal for all these teams. Fortunately, football couldn't get it done. Volleyball couldn't get it done. So, still got a couple more opportunities.
Basketball is still
Still alive.
Still up there.
Everyone's still 0-0. Still 0-0 in conference play. Everyone's still equal.
as of right now, zero Mountain West title berths. Baseball, softball have I think the school is relying on those 2 teams.
They have the dynasties. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you hope. I mean, there's not much else that, Bulldog Athletics can do after football, really.
That's the huge one.
Volleyball was kind of a wild card, but they didn't have as good of a season as they hoped. Soccer, almost,
Close.
but no cigar.
But you're going into the Pac-12 with new coaches. Who's going to stick? A Mountain West title would definitely do. It would mean so much to the school, but to the individual programs if you can get
Oh,
it
absolutely.
done. And security to coaches and teams that have to make decisions moving forward. I mean, you saw what soccer just did.
I think I know your answer. But of the coaches that have the opportunity to still win a Mountain West title, who would benefit the most from winning it?
With the ongoing sports now, with football
Yeah.
in football
In the
forgot.
rear view.
Right. Who would it mean the most? I mean, It's got to be Wahlberg.
Yeah.
That is the.
That's the obvious answer.
I don't know what a successful, because I mean right now it's a successful season, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
I mean,
a good season.
If you're comparing, it's a better season.
The bar has been set so low. So how much better do the Dogs have to be for him to be secure? And I don't know if anyone knows that answer.
It's a tough question to ask. It's a tough question to answer, and it'll be quite the decision for the staff,
For the big fellas.
for the directors who make the final call
And
on
people putting money into the program, who do they want to put money in the program for?
exactly.
Because
And this, I think it's important to know that this was not an athletics hire. This was a hire from the president himself, getting involved in that business so they could have a guy that leads the program. So
that would mean so much. I mean, does making it to the semifinals, second round? I mean, what? I have no. I don't think anyone knows what security means. Like what they have to do to get there.
I think bare minimum they have to win two tournament games. And then as, if they win the semifinals, if they win the whole thing, I think you get a little more security going into the next year.
Here's the question. Let's say they string together excellent conference play. They go in as a mid to higher seed, but they're a first or second round exit. Is that better or worse than not having a great conference play, getting in and being a Cinderella team? What would be better?
I think better would be the mid and losing in the first round. Because you're going to be frustrated at the Cinderella run. Be like, okay, why couldn't we do this in the regular season?
Right.
And then be like, well, okay, if we won these games that we did in here, maybe we get here and we have the same thing,
Right.
maybe we get further into the tournament. So
You can get a bye.
exactly. I think, you can kind of, hope my phone's okay. You can kind of like be okay with the first round exit as like a 7-8 seed or maybe even like a 6 seed if you get a tough draw where the top of the Mountain West is super deep and, maybe there's, a team that surprises and steals a spot and, maybe a 5 or a 6 seed is like a Colorado State or a GCU, and you're like,
Teams that can
it's
make
just
the tournament.
It's just a better
Yeah.
team. That's just a better team than us. Whereas, if you're a 10 or 11 and you knock off San Diego State and then Boise or, another top team and get to the semis, you're like, well, if we could beat those, we could have beaten the the 7s, 8s, 6s, all those teams.
You could have done it in the regular season to help yourself later, because really anyone can get hot.
Precisely.
The women's team wasn't the great. They were middle of the pack. They got hot and made it to the semis.
Exactly. And I believe they pushed Colorado State to the brink.
The
Women's team.
Wyoming.
I thought they knocked off Wyoming.
No, that's who they lost to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they pushed Wyoming to the brink.
Yeah.
And then
Got away from them in the fourth, but yeah, it was. They were. in
and
it.
then they ultimately lost to San Diego State, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, hey, maybe the Bulldogs forced a loss. So
Maybe. I would agree with being a mid to higher seed. That's more valuable than just getting hot, because you see it in every sport. You just have to get there. The number one baseball team doesn't always win.
number one team hardly ever wins.
Right. You look at football, you look at that scheduling. The wild card team gets far. You look at the NBA. The Miami Heat playing team somehow makes it to the NBA Finals.
seed.
It's about getting hot at the right time. But when you're looking at security, that doesn't matter. Just because you coached, 3 games into the tournament, that shouldn't matter when it comes to security. What's important is having a good conference play, going into it and saying, you know what, Air Force got hot. They beat them. They beat us. But
And if you lose in the first round at the team that wins the whole damn thing, you just say
that would help the case.
that's tough. That's just how life is sometimes.
But will the Bulldogs be going with their... Because I will still consider the softball coach new heading into the season.
Oh yeah.
So will they be going with, a third new head coach? Because you got soccer, softball. No, that would be... You got basketball. Will there be 2 new basketball coaches? Because McCarthy's first year, it's kind of a... It's not a
transition
throwaway
year.
year, but it's
a
transition.
Yeah. So then
Softball,
so by
women's
that-
basketball.
and then by that logic, football, right? So there's a lot of new blood leading these programs into the Pac-12. I think volleyball now has the longest tenured head coach of the, Big Five. I don't know if she's been here longer than Equestrian or Natalie Benson and on the pool deck, but
Overland's been doing his thing.
he's only been there
Resigned.
for 2.5 years, right? He was the
He got-
interim.
He got a big...
He was the interim when they won their first, right?
That I don't know, but he did get a big contract.
He did. He did sign
Resigned for a couple years.
I believe it was a 6-year deal through 2031. So be seeing him behind in the dugout, behind that railing, managing the Diamond Dogs for the foreseeable future in the Pac-12.
Going into the Pac-12, football, thumbs up. Volleyball, no.
I'd go thumbs middle.
Thumbs middle. Okay.
Thumbs middle.
Soccer,
Thumbs middle.
middle. Women's basketball, based on recent events, it's here.
but
Potential is here.
potential,
Men's basketball is,
I'd go down. Right now.
if it's moving anywhere, it's moving down to middle. Conference play is super important. Baseball, you're in good hands.
Great shape.
Softball, it's like a 75%.
Yeah, we just kind of gotta see what Charlotte has in commanding this team.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see. Bulldogs were a great team last year. Can she elevate? We'll see.
We'll see. The state of Fresno State athletics is
A mixed bag.
it's not conference contenders. They're more middle of the pack, still needing to prove themselves. But it is better than, let's say, last year was the final year, and now we're in the Pac-12.
That's true.
Way better situation.
Yeah, last year looked a little grim in terms of the outlook on athletics. The football team going 6-7. Volleyball did make a Mountain West tournament appearance. Basketball was basketball. Women's basketball had their good run, but again, they had their issues. Baseball and softball. Softball was one game away. Baseball.
Just a good way to end the athletic
Absolutely.
year. And now, we're ending the final podcast of the semester with thumbs up. We're
That's-
not. Wow, that my
That's
voice just
pretty
went high.
good.
We're not down here. We're not talking down in the dumps.
It's not like DePaul basketball or
Green Bay basketball.
UMass football.
We're
So.
talking about future, and there is a future
There is a
for a
good
lot of these teams.
there's a good future for Fresno State athletics.
Football was a success. Women's basketball, work in progress. Men's basketball,
Work in progress.
baseball's going to compete. Softball's going to compete. Water polo, different conference, studs,
Dynasties
dynasty.
on the line this year. if they can get back and win it, they'll reclaim their dynasty
You're
title.
ready to get out there on the deck. I know you are.
I'm ready to take some photos.
There we go.
Future of Fresno State athletics looks good. Our foreseeable future has final exams and projects and papers and a whole lot of stress coming along.
So close. Week and a half. Weekend some change.
We can smell it.
So ready. I can smell the gingerbread. I can smell all of it. I'm ready.
We'll see you in the spring. About a
See you in
month.
spring. Good luck. Good luck with all the stress coming down. Hope you enjoy your holiday season.
And if you need a stress reliever, probably don't go watch women's basketball. Ryan McCarthy will stress you out.
He will. Yeah. Or he'll hype you up.
Or if you need motivation, call Ryan McCarthy.
Yeah. Or just watch some of these fans in the Save Mart Center because they go crazy.
They are.
And
They
some
are
of
crazy.
the security has to.
Let's.
Turn it
You're
down.
here.
We're at an 11 in non-conference
Just-
play.
Just right here, guys.
Turn it
Right
down
here.
just a touch. That being said, thank you for a great semester.
Missed what? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
Because of print.
Just because of print. I think that's pretty good. We did a good job this semester.
Not to pat ourselves on the back,
but I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
you know, print takes a lot.
Competing,
Village.
competing with the other podcasts that the Collegians put out this semester, I think we did a good job.
I think we're in good hands. Like the future of Fresno State athletics. True.
Thumbs up.
Who knows? It's been a pleasure. Same time next year.
I see what you did there.
Peace out.